Target 14, which covers sequences. Today we're just kind of getting started with sequences and getting introduced to them. So let's start by defining what a sequence is. Sequence is a list of numbers. For example, we could have the numbers 3, 4, 5, 6 would be a sequence. They don't always have to go up by 1, but in this case I did make them go up by 1. Now when you go up in a sequence or down, they are going to have a common difference, which is the constant amount added to terms in an arithmetic sequence. So in the case of our sequence 3, 4, 5, 6, the common difference is 1, because from 3 to 4 is 1, 4 to 5 is 1, 5 to 6 is 1, etc. Now on the other hand, they might not always be added. Sometimes we might have that constant ratio, which is a constant amount that is multiplied to terms, and then in that case it wouldn't be an arithmetic sequence, it would be a geometric sequence. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is patterns. Now please feel free to pause this at any given time so that way you can get information down. So let's look at these first couple of examples. We need to describe the pattern and give the next 3 terms. So our first problem is 5, 2, -1, and -4. So what I do is I look here and I say, well, to get from here to here, I am subtracting 3 or adding -3. And then when I look here from 2 to -1, if I go down 1, that's 1. Down another one, that's 0. Down a third one, that's -1. So that is -3. And -1 minus 4 is, or -1 minus 3 is -4. So we would say here that our pattern is subtract 3 or plus a -3. And then we need to come up with our next 3 terms. So if we take -4 and we subtract 3, that would give us -7. -7 minus 3 or plus -3 is -10. And -10 plus -3 is -13. All right, our next one is 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, etc., etc., etc. So then what I do here is I look and I say, well, I know that from 1 to 2 is plus 1. From 2 to 3 is plus 1. Then 3 to 5 is plus 2. 5 to 8 is plus 3. 8 to 13 is plus 5. We're stuck here. That isn't any kind of a pattern that we can get consistent with. But what I do notice is that 1 plus 1 gives me 2. And 1 plus 2 gives me 3. And 2 plus 3 gives me 5. So that's what my pattern is, and I would say then the difference of the 2 previous numbers gives you the next difference. So then in that case, I'm going to look here and say, well, I have plus 3 and plus 5, which is going to give me my next difference, which my next difference is going to be plus 8. So 13 plus 8 is 21. And then I can say, well, now I've got plus 5 plus 8. That gives me plus 13, so that means that my next number is 34. And then finally, I look at plus 8 and plus 13, which means I'm going to have a plus 21. to give me 55. Now that one was an extra tricky one. So what I want you to do right now is take a look at the next problem, 2, 4, 8, and 16, and complete this problem, and then you can check it in the next video.